Man, that's a tough fight, especially for Xander at this point in his career, but it shows his heart and his confidence, that he have in himself. And he's ready to go make history for his country. And he's going to do real well in that fight.
Boots a hell of a fighter. What kind of advice would you give Boots if you were his corner man?
I'll just say don't always be looking for the knockout boxing. So, he's a good boxer.
Most difficult guy to fight in the weight class because he's rangy. He can do so many things. He can fight inside. He can fight outside. He's a great body puncher. He's a very, very respected guy, and I think he's very mature for his age.
It's hard to really go against Boots because on that one with specifically Xander, I feel Xander's still young, Boots is a lot older and has a lot more experience.
Boxing experts have now revealed their final predictions for the Jaron Ennis versus Xander Zayas showdown. Terence Crawford believes Jaron Ennis enters the fight with a clear edge because of his experience and world-class ability. While he acknowledges that Xander Zayas is an extremely talented young fighter, Crawford feels he is still developing and has not yet reached the same elite level.
I just think, right now, it's a little bit too early for him.
Eddie Hearn believes Jaron Ennis possesses a boxing IQ that stands above almost everyone else in the sport. According to Hearn, Boots continues to improve with every performance, and he is convinced there are still parts of Ennis' game that fans have not even seen. That belief is one of the main reasons he rates Boots so highly going into this matchup.
Balls to do it, so you have to respect Zayas, and the fact that he's willing to do it, he's a serious threat because he's not an idiot. Top rank aren't idiots. Like they think after this fight.
Terence Crawford also had an important message for Xander Zayas, encouraging him to embrace the toughest sparring possible instead of avoiding difficult situations. Crawford believes real confidence is built by challenging yourself every day in training and facing your fears before stepping into the ring. In his view, those demanding experiences are what truly prepare a fighter for a championship-level contest.
Hard sparring, work on things that you don't like to do. Get comfortable doing things that you don't like to do and try things. Everybody come and spar and they do the same thing over and over and over. And then they wonder why they don't get better.
That's right.
Or they fight the same way. That works on this level, but when you get to the elite level, you're gonna have to pull everything out.
Max Kellerman expects Jaron Ennis to dictate the pace against Xander Zayas from the opening bell. He believes Ennis holds major advantages in experience, ring IQ, and overall skill, making him the more complete fighter. While Kellerman has plenty of respect for Zayas and recognizes his talent, he feels the young contender has not yet reached the elite standard that Boots has already established.
Talk about the difference between championship and belt.
Yeah.
You can win belts in different divisions, right? But Boots was the Ring Magazine welterweight champion of the world. Right now, I don't love the way he got it because Stanionis hadn't fought in a million years. It's his only real significant welterweight win, really, of a guy who's in the top 10, and that guy was really inactive, but he dominated that fight, Mike.
Jaron Boots, Ennis has made it clear that his biggest goal is to fight champions and collect world titles because that is the path he believes will define his legacy. He speaks highly of Xander Zayas, calling him a gifted young contender with a bright future, but also points out that there is still a noticeable gap in experience between them. Ennis remains focused on facing the very best fighters in the division, believing those elite matchups will ultimately shape his career, while continuing to show respect toward rising prospects.
I'm feeling great, man. About to be a two-time weight division unified champ. Man, I'm snapping my legacy, man. It's only up, man. I'm about to show the world I'm the best in the world. I'm gonna continue to keep showing the world I'm the best in the world. Like this boxing game mine, straight like that.
Now, the bout with Virgil Ortiz looked like it was done, and then of course, the legal stuff happened. That had nothing to do with you.
Right.
But you always said that you were going to give the fans the Virgil fight, and if that didn't happen, right back to the mission, and the mission was the belts. Yep. So was that why Xander was your first option after Virgil?
Yeah, I mean, well, once we, me and the team sat down, we figured out like, everything falling through, it's not really going to happen. I told them, I told my team, Metro the Zone, I'm like, yo, go get me Xander. I'm gonna go get me Xander or go get me somebody with the belts. And and that's what he did, you know. And I'm glad that he did that, and I'm excited.
Leo Ruiz believes Xander Zayas is anything but an easy assignment, yet he still gives a slight advantage to Jaron Ennis in what he expects to be a close and entertaining fight. Ruiz explains that Boots brings more high-level experience into the 154-pound division, giving him greater confidence and composure against elite opposition. Although Zayas continues to develop into a top fighter, Ruiz feels the matchup could honestly swing either way depending on how both men perform on fight night. He highlights Ennis as the more versatile boxer, capable of switching between southpaw and orthodox, fighting aggressively or boxing from range, and adjusting quickly throughout the contest. Boots' ring IQ and ability to adapt under pressure make him a dangerous opponent in any situation. Ruiz also notes that Ennis is equally effective moving forward or boxing off the back foot, making him extremely unpredictable.
Strengths, what do you see Xander's strengths? What do you see weaknesses on both fighters? How do you see Xander versus Boots going?
If I'm going to be honest, I feel like it's a 50-50 fight. You know, Zayas is a you know, he's been at 154 for a way longer time, and Boots is coming up. But of course, you know, skills pay the bills. I feel like Boots could edge it off in a close fight, but who knows? You know, Xander could pull off the upset, even though he's a champion. But I think Boots is the more skillful fighter in a way. But Xander is no pushover, and he's a champion for a reason, and it could go either way. You know. But I feel like Boots could slightly take the edge on that one.
On the other hand, Xander Zayas earns consistent praise for his discipline, polished technique, and ability to control distance with a precise and effective jab. He is known as a technically sound boxer who stays patient, sticks to the fundamentals, and avoids taking unnecessary risks. That composed style allows him to win rounds steadily while frustrating opponents who struggle with his timing and rhythm. Even so, Ruiz points out that Zayas has not yet faced the same caliber of elite competition that Jaron Ennis has already experienced. That difference in top-level experience could become critical once the fight reaches the later rounds and the pressure intensifies. Although Zayas continues to improve at an impressive rate, stepping in with a fighter like Ennis represents the toughest challenge of his career. Ruiz believes Zayas may still be learning how to handle the biggest moments against elite opponents. At the same time, he notes that Ennis can occasionally take unnecessary risks while trying to break opponents down, leaving openings if he becomes too aggressive. Overall, Ruiz views this as a fascinating and highly competitive matchup, but slightly favors Ennis because of his adaptability, championship-level experience, and more complete overall skill set.
Has more tools in the bag. You know, I feel like he's really good going forward or back where he could box. He's a southpaw. He could turn orthodox, whatever. You know, I feel like he could adapt. And Xander's a good boxer. You know, he could box and stay on the outside and just win, just, you know, using his jab and being really good on the outside. So it's kind of hard to see, you know. To pick a definite fighter to win, but I think Boots will for sure, you know, take the edge.
Richard Torres Jr. spoke highly of Xander Zayas, admitting that he has been a fan of his style for quite some time. He praised Zayas for his discipline, technical ability, and determination, believing those qualities make him a difficult challenge for anyone in the division. Torres feels Zayas has both the heart and the talent to push Jaron Ennis in a competitive fight. While recognizing Ennis as an elite fighter with proven ability, he still believes Xander Zayas has the tools to test Boots in ways that very few opponents have managed at this stage of his career.
Questions more for you. What do you think about Boots versus Xander? How do you pick that out?
Man, you know, it's two insanely talented fighters. I myself am a Xander fan. I through and through since day one. I've known him since the amateurs. I'm gonna rock with Xander. He's my guy. I won't ever go against him, man. So Xander's my guy, and I'm gonna keep with him. But Boots is such a talented fighter. I'm a fan of his as well, and I'm excited for that. I just saw he posted today that he signed the contract. So let's see how.
Greg Hackett offered a balanced breakdown of the upcoming Xander Zayas versus Jaron Ennis showdown in New York City. He believes the 154-pound division is one of boxing's deepest weight classes, and even described the race at the top as incredibly close because of the recent performances from its leading fighters. Hackett says Zayas has earned tremendous respect thanks to his impressive victories and the steady growth of his resume, especially considering his young age. He believes wins like the one over Abbas demonstrate how much the young champion has already matured. At the same time, Hackett views Jaron Ennis as an extremely dangerous fighter entering a new chapter at 154 pounds, where his size, talent, and versatility will receive an even greater test. In his opinion, the outcome will ultimately come down to ring IQ, conditioning, pressure, and mental toughness.
Now we see that Xander is fighting Boots June 27th. Love to get your reaction on that. What do you think about the winner, leading up to a Fundora fight, but just the fight itself as well?
So what's the first question? Who the best at 54?
Who do you think is the best at 54? And then, what do you think about June 27th in New York City?
I think it's a three-way tie out of all the champions. You know why I say that? Wow. Who got the best win out of all them guys?
At 54, I would say Xander.
Xander got the best win?
Yeah.
And who would that win be?
I think Abbas beating Tellis was big. And then him beating Abbas, I think that was huge.
Hackett also believes Xander Zayas, as the champion, must prove how far he is willing to go when facing genuine elite pressure, while Jaron Ennis enters the contest motivated to earn respect and establish himself at a higher level. He points out that this represents one of the biggest challenges of Ennis' career at 154 pounds against a skilled, physically strong, and technically disciplined opponent. Hackett praised Zayas for accepting such a difficult fight at a young age, calling it a sign of confidence and ambition. He expects Zayas to rely on his jab, movement, and technical boxing to stay in control, while Ennis will likely try to break him down through pressure, versatility, and constant adjustments. In the end, Hackett believes the fight could go the distance if Zayas sticks to his disciplined game plan, but warns that if both men decide to trade aggressively, it could end with a dramatic finish.
Obviously, him being 23, wanting this fight, Boots, only has one fight really at 54, fight in Lima. So, this is a big guy, can box. What do you see in the fight?
It's going to come down to IQ. It's going to come down to conditioning. It's going to come down to pressure. It's going to come down to what Xander is willing to go through. Xander is the champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boots is hungry because he want that respect and he want those titles. Xander got to figure out how far he willing to go. I think he's willing to go there because what he went through with Abbas was a good tangle up. You know what I mean? That was a good little mix. But this time you won't be fighting Abbas. But at the same time, Boots.
Winky Wright believes the matchup between Xander Zayas and Jaron Ennis has all the ingredients to become an outstanding and highly competitive fight, especially with how strong the 154-pound division has become. He feels boxing fans are finally getting the kind of matchups they have been asking for, with elite fighters willing to face one another instead of avoiding dangerous opponents. Wright says this is exactly how the sport continues to grow, because true greatness is earned by defeating other great fighters. In his opinion, building an undefeated record against lower-level opposition is never enough to earn lasting respect. He believes both Xander Zayas and Jaron Ennis have reached the stage of their careers where they must prove themselves against elite competition. Overall, Wright views this contest as a major test for both men and an important moment for the future of the entire division.
I have rated them both slightly above Xander, but Xander has 2 belts. So you can't go wrong with 2 belts because Ortiz and Boots don't have belts at 54. I think that Boots and Virgil Ortiz styles clash better. That would have been like a barn burner, a war, like high contact war. I think that Xander is going to try to box and take some of the violence out of the fight. So I think it's a different kind of fight. You know what I mean? To be honest, I think it's a different type.
Make sure to check out our other videos on the screen.